Guys, welcome. It's 2017, if you can believe it. Winter NAMM. I'm Bobby Cedro. This is Brian Keogh.
Hello.
Dunlop Manufacturing, bringing you to some MXR pedals and some way huge new things for 2017. Guitar World, thanks for stopping by. Hey, Brian, what do we got on the first?
Well, what we started off here was the Russian Pickle, which is our new offering. George wanted to do a 90s style big square wave fuzz. That's kind of related to the Swollen Pickle. It's got less knobs, less things going on, a little more mid-range, a little less gain, but still all that good stony goodness. Why don't you tell them the science behind it?
Well, pretty basically, BC 183Cs, the transistors, the way they react, the way they saturate, the type of square wave that they generate, that's kind of the heart and the magic of this. And the cool thing about this, again, for me, is like with my Strat, I get really nice milky tones too. And because of the gain is a very nice high, but not over the top, it remains really wholesome with the mid-range. It can cut through, but you still have that fuzz that everybody wants, and a true hardwire bypass, in a very classic tone, but I think it's a little more refined, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know, the thing that I've found is that sometimes when you step onto a fuzz in a band type situation, you step on the effect, and all of a sudden it sounds like a blow dryer in your ear, and you just get lost in the mix. Yeah. This, because the more present mids and a little bit less gain, there's not so many competing frequencies, and I think that it helps you stand out in the mix a little bit better, and I also think that this works good for bass as well. So this is shipping now, map price, street price, $159.99. Moving right along, we got another way huge fuzz. It's called the Conquistador. This is a vintage style fuzz, another square wave fuzz, but it's got a really hard gate to it. Bobby will tell you what's going on.
Well, yeah, as Brian said, it's got a hard gate, but the cool thing is it's a really, really high gain fuzz. Super square wave, real rich in harmonics, but you don't hear noise. And the reason is because it's going into another circuit that draws a line in the sand. Either it's open or it's closed, no messing around. And what's nice about it is that it will control your sound, but you can also play around with that threshold by turning your guitar volume down or with a little palm muting, and you can get some pretty cool effects.
Let me show you what it sounds like. Here it is bypassed. Hear that? Now when I turn on the volume on the guitar, I'm going to mess with the threshold of that gate, and you're going to hear a really weird, kooky kind of Velcro sound.
The Conquistador, shipping now.
And it is a limited availability, and it is $149.99. So moving on to the next one, we have the MXR Dynacomp Mini. It's a little mini pedal. It has the delicious original IC 3080 can in it, so it gives you that nice squishy original script logo Dynacomp sound with the added LED, 9-volt in, small pedal board friendly box, and the added attack button, which really does some really cool stuff. I'll let Bobby explain that.
Yeah, well, the attack pedal, the attack button, what it does is it doesn't let it squish down as far. So you're going to get a little brighter, a little more bigger, transparent sort of sound on your attacks. However, you still have all that gain on the back end. You're still going to nice sustain and get that hold that everybody loves. The thing about it is that it doesn't have far to recover either now because we didn't let it go so far. The next note comes back nice and snappy too. It's a really lively, controlled compression, but it doesn't get that super saturated sort of Nashville sound. with that button in. If you want the Nashville super saturated, squishy, button out, and you're back to Dynacomp, square one.
So the way I like to run it first in line, even before the tuner, before your volume, so everything just has a real nice kind of levels to it. The thing that I like about the attack knob, it has a transparency to it. So sometimes the Dynacomp, the script Dynacomp, it gets a little mushy and a little muddy. With the attack knob, it kind of takes that blanket off of the tone and it gives it a little more transparent. But if you want that big squishy tone, you just kind of make it happen. I can demonstrate that. I don't know if it's going to come over so well because a compression is more of a tool than it is an effect. So this is what it sounds like bypassed.
Bypassed. And this is on without the attack in, so you're going to get a real squished, compressed sound. All the attack is very controlled. Now with the attack in, the attack is much more dynamic. Pops. Almost like it's
a lot more pop. Like I said, I like to run it through kind of like as a tone conditioner.
Right. And actually, if you put it in front of a tuner, the tuner really reacts much better because the note is hanging on. The tuner can grab it, and much easier mechanically to tune.
Shipping in April, $99.99. Are you out your mind?
So moving down the line.
Next up is the Il Diavolo Overdrive. Our good friend Carlo Cerasi, a great Italian boutique designer. He also designs great Italian boutique amps. He came up with this mid-focused overdrive with 3 clipping options. Bobby, tell him what's in there.
Yeah, the 3 clipping options. The lower, we got a little mid switch. That's a 3 position. The lower position is an asymmetrical silicon.
Did you say dip switch?
I said a mid, the switch that's in the middle. But
I
it's not a dip.
thought you were trying to call me something.
Hey man, I'll switch it up. I won't talk about you for now. I'll talk about the switch in the middle. 3 position. It has a asymmetrical silicon diode clipping at the bottom. In the middle, it's op amp. The upper position is LEDs. The difference between all 3, the silicon diode is very compressed, very squishy. You can feel it, very easy to get around.
More sustained.
And more sustained as the note languishes on. You're going to stay in that harmonic distorted area much longer. The mid position, the op amp, it's almost pseudo-transparent, semi-transparent. In that, it's got a lot of linearity area. If you let go of the note or hang on to the note, it's going to go through that linear region, and the guitar is going to almost sound like it's just boosted. It also has the ability in that mid position to really be transparent, almost like you're just turning the gain up on the amp.
What does the high position do?
The high position is the LEDs, and it's kind of in the middle of those 2. Still has a bigger headroom, dynamic range. The conduction angle is a little bit different, so you get a nice second order harmonics. But the proof is in the sound. When my Strat, I've been starting to love the LED because my Strat, my tone, you can hear all the nuances of the pickup, but it still has a distorted and clear sound that from my pick
Let's see what it sounds like. So between the three positions, I'll start low, then I'll go high, and then I'll go in the middle because I think the volume kind of goes up like that. The one thing is that I was listening to some of the ones we did yesterday, and it doesn't really come through on the video. It's a real feel thing. Exactly. So, but we'll do our best. Bypassed.
Here's it on, low position, silicon diodes.
Now to the LED.
I hear more attack. A little more of the clarity of the guitar tone itself.
And now the op amp. This is shipping now, $129.99. Boutique design at a production price. It's your buddy Brian Kehoe.
Bobby Cedro saying, thank you, Guitar World, for stopping by. 2017 Winter NAMM, Dunlop Manufacturing, way huge, MXR. Go get them.
Adios, Amigos.